So, Resident Evil Revelations. This one will definitely be a bit newer for me because, well, I never actually finished this game. It came out originally on the DS, and I never really cared for the aiming back then. So, this is just going to be a playing through on PC because I never really picked it up after I originally quit it on the DS. About the only things I really know is the T-Abyss virus, as well as about Raymond, Parker, Jessica. I know Jill and Chris are also in this. I remember the trailer with Chris being tied up to a chair. There is also the weird random fact that this game had a misprint, and I believe they spelled it Revelations, something like that. I actually do have the misprinted 3DS copy on my shelf, so I don't remember how many they misprinted, but it's just kind of funny. They did misprint the game. Quite a few copies have the wrong name, or the name spelled wrong for this game. Yeah, it does start out with terrible Thalassophobia. This game will also probably be a treat if we end up underwater a lot, or in water, or around water. Which, yeah, the whole thing takes place on the Queen Zenobia. So, yeah. Or at least most of it takes place on the Zenobia and I believe a twin ship. As I said, I never really finished this, so it's not going to be as intricate in story detailings like I know with the main line, at least up until 7, because I never really did much with 7 either. 7 and 8. I played up to Dimitrescu for 8. 7 I just never really did. I liked the whole family in 7. I like the story. Like most of Resident Evil, I like the stories. That's usually where it caught me the most. More so than gameplay. I do still like the gameplay of Resident Evil, of course, but a lot of the time, I just really like the stories for these games. I find them interesting. But yeah, this game originally being on DS, I never really ended up liking aiming with the DS's little nubby control stick.
I might be able to shoot it off.
I don't know why. I just never liked aiming on mobile. I always found it kind of meh. I'm sure there's other people that can know what I'm talking about, like the whole well, the DS just has that little nubby analog stick. It just feels terrible to aim with.
I don't think we're alone.
And most times I know what monsters are called. This one I have absolutely no idea. I do know about the T-Abyss virus, like I said, but I don't remember what these guys are exactly called. I'll just call them barnacles for now or something. I don't know.
There's blood coming from the ducts.
But same as always, we do have horrible mutations involving a virus. I mean, what's new? It's a Resident Evil game. We get that all the time. Still the ever-classic green herbs. I will say the movement feels a little bit better in this one, comparatively to, say, 5, because we can actually strafe. So I think they did a little bit more justice on that part. And our red hawk ammo. But yeah, it does feel nice to be able to strafe. It doesn't feel as stiff as Resident Evil 4 or 5. And as far as partners go, I do like Parker. I also liked Piers. For anybody that hasn't played 6 anyways, I know a lot of people disliked it or probably just don't care for it, but I did think that Piers was a good partner.
Give me a sec.
It's kind of unfortunate because, well, I don't think he's coming back. Unless they pull some Resident Evil cloning bullshit or something, but yeah, I don't think Piers is coming back.
So, it's not Chris.
How does this man know how to identify Chris by his hand? That kind of raises questions, and I don't know if I want the answer. But I do like the enemy designs in this one. It's another kind of showing of Capcom's general skills with monster making. I don't know what the hell they're called, like I said, but I do think that they're cool. But they have like leech kind of mouths, like siphons almost.
This explains our missing.
Thought they were interesting.
This is not.
Because this whole game is like aquatic life virus kind of thing. So they take on the characteristics of like aquatic animals and stuff. Like the leeches being the fodder guys. There's also barnacles and stuff, I'm pretty sure, later on. And again, like I said, I have pretty much zero clue going into this. Never even really watched anyone do it either. So it'll certainly be an interesting experience for me. I am glad that I can actually aim pretty decently now. It feels good using I use a PlayStation 4 controller whenever I play on PC. It's probably my favorite of the controllers. There was a point where I had thought the Xbox 360 was probably one of the best controllers, but with the PlayStation 4 coming out, I eventually just kind of drifted towards that controller because I just like how it feels in my hands. I have kind of long fingers and it makes it easy to grab. I do remember the Terra Grigia panic though.
But in 2004,
This whole thing.
a terrorist group opposing the city's development, launched a bioterrorist attack. They not only released a virus, but also several creatures known as bioorganic weapons, further complicating the situation.
I will say as the series went on, I think the hunters kind of got goofier. Like, they seem kind of slow. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. In the first one, they felt kind of derpy, and all of them were the same-handed, that sort of thing. But I don't know why the hunters just seem goofy nowadays. I think they were at their peak around like Resident Evil Remake or Resident Evil 0. Then they felt deadly, but not derpy. But then as the game went, they kind of just became less of a threat. I don't know. I did like the newer ones where they have like the mandibles in Resident Evil 3 Remake. I thought those were pretty cool. And they gave them the ever deadly, just always able to insta-kill you move. So they're always kind of terrifying. You know, I just kind of thought, but these Resident Evil games around this point had like a very weird style. I don't know, something about it feels like it's almost like a documentary kind of thing. It's weird to explain, but all the Resident Evil games around this time just had this weird style to them. It's not a bad thing. It just, something about it feels odd. Like Revelations and all aren't bad. I don't think anyways. I've never really hated a Resident Evil game, except for maybe Operation Raccoon City. That was the only one that I really couldn't stand. And even then I still beat that one. but I've never really had a Resident Evil game where I didn't at least enjoy it for its corniness at bare minimum.
Put two and two together.
And that's why.
And sometimes they can have really good, like, serious stories. And sometimes they just have characters like O'Brien.
Genesis something. Is that its name?
You didn't bother to read the manual, did you?
No.
Jill, nobody reads the manual.
I hope you read quickly.
You haven't seen that Fairly Odd Parents her episode, have you? Nobody reads the manual. I do hope Parker controls a little bit better than Sheva. Let's see, Genesis Manual version 1.0.9. Genesis, the nickname of a high-level bioscanner currently being tested and developed by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium. It bounces special synchrotron radiation off a target in order to analyze it. Viral analysis, it is possible to detect and analyze even the smallest amount of viruses. Vaccine manufacturing, since version 1.0.4, it has been possible to produce simple vaccines from the viral analysis data. Detection. Using the synchrotron radiation, it is possible to detect specific objects. The data for bullets, medicinal herbs, etc. are registered within the internal memory for testing. If a detectable object is nearby, the indicator in the lower right area of the monitor will light up. Well, that's neat.
Ah, look at this mess. Oh, they're rotted to hell.
I don't know if I'd go about just sticking my face near that.
The Genesis requires a decent sample size to get an accurate reading. Scan the carcasses on the beach and send me your data.
Kinda
I'm
nasty.
getting something from inside it.
Careful now.
Don't worry, I've done this before.
You've analyzed carcass meat on a beach and stuck your hand in it? I guess she has done some weird things, but
What is this?
I don't know. What's a list of things that Jill has done that's similar to sticking her hand in a carcass?
I'll run some tests on this.
Think
With the investigation.
draining the tub in Resident Evil would be kind of weird, considering you can't see inside of it. She's been, well, I guess if you take 3 make as canon, she's been infected with parasites by having a proboscis shoved down her throat. She's been infected with the T virus because Nemesis decided to infect her. Damn, Parker, just sit right next to it, why don't you? I hope you aren't Sheva level here.
After Raccoon City, this must be a cakewalk.
I suppose. So why'd you quit the FBC for this outfit?
Scan an enemy for the first time, that's nice. I did it.
I wanted to fight.
I see you two are okay. Continue with the investigation, but proceed with extreme caution.
Can I scan the birds? No. Well, that's
Smell.
disgusting.
Must have ruptured from gas.
Christ, what a mess.
It is a really weird story to think about. Oh, well, I'll continue that in a second. Sub-weapon controls. Use your weapon with right bumper, use weapon while aiming, left trigger and right bumper. Switch weapons with the D-pad only when carrying 2 or more. But yeah, that carcass exploding kind of reminds me of the stories of, like, whale carcasses washing up on the beach, and they literally have to send in, like, demo teams to blow them up because a whale carcass can be, like, a literal bomb going off because of the gas buildup in them. FBC looks like somebody already raided this place.
We don't have enough data to run a complete analysis. Gather some more samples from the carcasses on the beach.
They're trying to hide one down here. But yeah, it's really weird to think about, like, a creature just washing up on the beach and its potential to be super hazardous. Like, can you imagine if people were that way? Like, somebody ends up dying and they can literally blow up and potentially kill other people. Like, that's basically what happens to a beach whale. It's really odd. Missing a 5% scan somewhere. Where could it be? Maybe over here. Feels kind of weird not having a run button. Oh, there it is. Got it. And we got a pill. Getting your analysis rate up to 100% will earn you a health recovery item. The rate you receive will go down if you analyze enemies of the same kind.
I've collected enough samples.
So it's kind of like our side stuff to get extra items. Got it. Though that does make me wonder if they'll still supply us with a bunch of healing items, or we basically just need to do it through the Genesis device. Wasn't expecting that, but at the same time, didn't really startle me either. I hope I don't have to worry about Parker's health. I would assume I don't. Enemies certainly seem spongy in this, though.
Some peace and quiet.
All in a day's work for you two, eh? All right, enough chit-chat. Get that.
Like, even the first guy seemed kind of spongy. This might get interesting.
There you are. Nice work.
No doubt about it. These corpses show signs of viral infection.
Wow,
There is no
really?
coincidence. The FBC's blockade.
We had blobs of flesh attacking us.
We wait for the
Yep.
results to come back.
Definitely infected. No doubt about it, O'Brien.
It's the emergency line.
Like,
Yeah,
Jill,
it's me.
are you sure?
What?
What?
Yes, that's fine. I'll take it from here. We'll have to speed things up. Starting now.
Is it just me, or does anybody else get, like, Bill Murray vibes from O'Brien? Like, all I can think is, like,
Jill,
Peter Venkman looking ass
you two are still on the case.
What
from
happened?
Ghostbusters.
We lost contact with Chris and Jessica.
No,
Where?
not Jessica.
How?
I mean Chris.
We're not certain. I've sent their last known coordinates to your terminals.
I do remember Jessica in this game. She was a hoe.
Thought they were in the mountains
Like,
chasing Felcher.
A giant hoe.
But judging from their position, they must be.
On a ship. I'll go back to HQ. Take charge of the search and rescue. You two.
What if they're not on a ship? What if they're on a submarine? Or they're just floating in the middle of the ocean. Dead. We can't make assumptions, O'Brien. I'm the one that's supposed to make the assumptions. And they're usually wrong. And stupid. Because it's fun to make assumptions that are dumb. Accuracy 100%. Deaths 0. Wow, we're doing so good. Oh, we finished a second too late. Damn. I tried. I tried so hard. And we got BP. Badge points? Bravery points? BSAA point? What the hell does BP mean?
Think these things got to Chris? and
Badge
Jessica?
power? But does he?
I hope not.
I don't know.
Hey, no one's saying Chris is dead.
All right, then let's.
Is it
find
just
him
me, or does
already.
Parker's outfit kind of remind anyone else of like the sneaking suit from MGS3? Kind of feels like that.
Is that the lock?
I'll check it out.
Okay, I'll see what I can find here.
Copy that. I'll radio you if I pick up Chris's trail.
Scan for Chris.
This thing has a lot of
He's not
similarities to
here.
corpses on the beach.
I don't necessarily mind the scanning mechanic, but I do think that they could have just put the items and skipped over the whole scanning thing. Like, it doesn't seem like it really matters too much. It's kind of weird padding just to scan everything. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being nitpicky. But I don't like the idea of having to scan every item that I want to find. Just seems kind of goofy. Like, is Jill blind to bullets on the ground until she actually scans them, or what? I did notice that they kind of sent Parker on his way. So we don't have him as a partner all the time. What the hell? Oh, I'm full on ammo. That's why. Okay. Makes much more sense. Creepy noises, and I'm in the showers. So that's cool. I heard this scary music, so... How did I just dodge? I have no idea how I just dodged him. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Huh. Maybe if I know which way their attack is coming from, perhaps? I mean, bright side, I can get a general idea of where their items are, or where they're hiding them. Because it's usually something like, I don't know, this desk looks kind of suspicious. Like that sort of thing. Like, if it looks like an object of interest somewhere, it probably is. There's an anchor mark on the door. Why am I not surprised that they would have something like that? It's locked. Can't go in there. Oh yeah. I remember her too. Well, she's not very alive anymore, but it's Rachel. At least I think her name was Rachel, the redhead girl with no eyeballs and giant cleavage. I think. Was her name Rachel? I'm pretty sure it's Rachel. Look at that ass. One down. I mean, I can appreciate your love for Rachel as much as the next guy, but goddamn, my dude, you just completely ignored me to go back to eating her.
What's going on?
I found a survivor. The BOW's got her, though.
Who was she?
I'm still trying to piece that together.
Her name is Everyone's Fetish. Apparently. Nothing that could identify her. Let's see what the Genesis can tell me. First, gonna check the lab. Lots of bullets. Picked up crew quarters key.
Parker, I couldn't find anything out on the woman, but I did find a key.
Copy that. Hold on to it. We just might need it.
Man, she got slashed up pretty good. Like, pretty damn good. I don't know if there's melee in this game either. Should probably check that.
I found Chris. Make your way to my location.
Did you say Chris? Recorder's key. Okay. Well, that guy certainly came out of the dryer. Or washer. Yeah, I don't think there's any melee. I like their walk animation. They're kind of derpy. Kind of reminds me of like an old cartoon. Like, do 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 do. Handgun, handgun. I can see why enemies are so spongy. They just throw ammo at you. Wait, do I have the key for this now? I wouldn't think so, but figured I'd check. Is it really that easy to dodge? Just move? Like, pretty much all I did was push right. That feels kind of broken. Which one of you is going to come out of the shower? Oh. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you just literally dodge with pushing the analog stick in a direction. At least that's how I just did. Wait, if we scan them before they die, is that worth more? Gonna need to check that too. Because it might be worth a lot of ammo. Or, not ammo, recovery items.
Jill,
Come on.
Parker.
We gotta help Chris. Chris!
My God,
Chris?
you've lost weight. Yeah, you really lost weight.
What is this?
Chris, we found you. No need to lose your head.
It's a trap.
My God. Not Boots Guy.
It's time you learned the truth,
My God.
Valentine.
Not Psycho Mantis. Also, Jill still isn't taken. She's a miss. Damn. Episode 1, Into the Depths. End. 92% accuracy, 0 deaths, 8 minutes 35 seconds. 300 bubusi. I don't know what the hell BP is. Wonder how many episodes there are. Given that this game originally came out on DS, I wouldn't think that it would be like super long.